WW7ATS testing.
Good evening, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. The Western Washington Amateur Television Society is a group of amateur radio enthusiasts that take to the airways with fast scan television. We have a repeater located up on Cougar Mountain. We transmit on 70 centimeters. It's a crossband repeater and spits out images at 1.2 gigahertz. So I'll take a pause right now. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM, in case anybody needs to make a contact or has some emergency traffic. And hearing none, again, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM, taking check-ins. So far I have a video check-in from WW7N. James, is there anybody else who would like to check in?
K9PQ. N7QO.
K9PQ, Bob.
N7QO.
We have N7QO. And again, taking check-ins from the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. So far we got WU7N, James, K9PQ, Bob, N7QO, and is there anybody else? Hearing none, let's start the net off. WU7N.
Oh, well, thank you, and good evening, everyone. I am again using Echo Link tonight for transmit and a handheld for receive, so hopefully that audio will work out. And my picture tonight, just coming back, a loop back here, looks like it's about a number 4. Those superb signals coming in from Ron or perhaps Bob K9PQ can give me a perfect signal to adjust my receiver with. Anyway, good meeting today. I'm glad people came, both virtually and in person. Looks like we got a lot accomplished. I did get some paperwork and some other information from Lee, so the trustee situation, if all goes well, on the ever-helpful FCC database website, whenever I can get into that. Again, it might be Monday morning, because they do weekend maintenance. Then our trustee situation will be set up and ready to go. So that's me kicking it off at 8:03. Looks like we got a little herringbone interference there on the 1.2 gigahertz downlink. I don't know if other people are seeing that or not. This is WU7N, Whiskey Uniform 7 November. Back to you, Dave.
Thanks for that, James. I'm not seeing any red herrings here. So let's go to Bob, K9PQ.
Okay, just letting the transmitter drop there to make sure we don't time out. I'm close to being ready to transmit video, but I think I'm not going to be able to do that tonight without Ron. Since I had to change my antenna, kind of a long story, but I've had to change my antenna, and I haven't been able since to control the video input. So for the moment, I'm just audio. Yeah, James, I saw your signal online, and it looked pretty good, and it was good to see you. Good to see you online again, or good to see you on the air again. So I guess that's I'd say also, yeah, good meeting today. It was nice to see everybody, and good on, nice to see Jim making the long trip up. So, all right, well, back to you, Dave. K9PQ.
K9PQ, KD7ZYM here. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. I'm Dave. Is there anybody else who would like to check in? Well, let's go to N7QO. Jim.
N7QO. Thank you, Dave. I am transmitting. I don't see anything coming back. The television repeater is not in its constant on mode, unfortunately, and that does seem to make a difference. Yeah, Jim, I don't know. I didn't really notice a herringbone pattern here, but I certainly have more snow than usual, and it may be that there's so much snow that it's obscuring the herringbone from my location. But so you don't look as good as you normally do, but you look pretty good on the stream. And Dave, you look pretty good on both. I'll troll some of this stuff. Oh well. Well, good to hear from you anyway. And Bob, thanks for hosting the meeting today. I'm sure that everyone appreciates that. Back to you, Dave, and 7QO.
Only going to be about one carload box, so you don't have to worry about getting a U-Haul rental. Anyway, a couple of Apple boxes and about 3 antennas, maybe 4. That's about it. And is there anybody else who would like to check into the net? This is KD7ZYM, and this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. Hearing none, let's go to James, WW7N.
Oh, okay. Well, a question I have is, do you want me to hard key the repeater into the on position for either Jim or Bob? And I'll let you guys next time around let me know if you want me to do that or not. I think I have those codes, and I'm not sure, but I think I can hit it from here. So anyway, boy, good weather today. I just had to get out just for the drive to just enjoy that fantastic weather and temperature. I also like the sun this time of the year. There's all sorts of things that need to be opened up and sunned out once a year. I've got a couple of tents that I think I need to do that before field day comes up. Makes it a lot more pleasant to be inside them after they've aired out in the nice, hot, sunshiny weather. So I'm hoping we get some more sun peeking through the clouds over the next week. Long-term weather forecast saying no rain. So we'll have to see if that one holds up or not. So anyway, I don't know if anybody else is doing anything for field day coming up or any of the other. There seems to be quite a few activities, summer weather and all. They're amateur radio related. One this past, I guess it's taking place this weekend. I don't know if it was a 1 or 2 day course, with something called ACES, ACES. And I'm just curious to know if anybody else has heard of that. It's some sort of training for emergency communication, a lot of radio programming, procedures, things like that. I didn't catch it this time, but next time it happens, maybe I'll be able to make a hole in the schedule and do that. And if anybody else has any information on that, I would be interested. So let's see. This is James WW7ATS. I'll turn it back to net control and look for those repeater access codes.
If you feel up to it, you'll access the repeater. Let's see. Let's go to Bob, K9PQ.
Okay, back around again already. Yeah, James. Well, I can tell you that for Jim, that would be good if you can get it on and get the repeater to be on the always on state. And if you're up to it, you could and you're able to reach the controller. That would be also good for me to switch the stream for me. And if you don't have the codes, I can email or text them to you. Just let me know. I did not do a whole lot on this beautiful day. I was just kind of puttering around the condo here this afternoon, and so. Maybe tomorrow I'll get out. It's supposed to be nice for a while. They're even talking about well into the 70s, maybe touching 80 late in the week. So that would be something. That's pretty early for that. Okay, back to that K9PQ.
K9PQ. Let's go on to Jim, N7QO.
Thank you, Dave, N7QO. Yeah, Jim, it would be useful for me if you could manage to put the repeater in its constant on mode. But if you run into more than a tiny bit of trouble, I'd say don't mess with it, because I'm not going to get a really good signal in there anyway, no matter what. So don't expend excessive effort on that, if you would please. The weather, yeah, wow. In fact, right here at the house, it is now 62 degrees. It's been a while since it's been that warm at this time of day around here. I think maybe spring is finally upon us. Looking forward to the good weather this coming week. Lots of things to do around the house. I do have a number of honeydews as well. Things to do inside the house, unfortunately. I'm overwhelmed with stuff to do around here, both in and out. But appreciate the nice weather. Don't want it to get too dry, though. Last year we had a really nasty fire season. Hope it doesn't get as bad this year as it did last year. Back to you, Dave, N7QO.
Like Bob says, it certainly comes around fast. This is Dave, KD7CYM. Yeah, temperatures here in Lake City, I got 63 degrees. I've been kind of watching Houston and Golden State basketball. They're in overtime now with about 47 seconds left, and Golden State is 120 and Houston's 124. So looks like it might be a favorable outcome for Houston, so we'll have to see what happens. And that's about all I've got to say from here, so we can move it back up to James, WW7N.
Okay. Well, let me throw a video signal up. and I have played with those control codes before, so this is kind of awkward for me. I thought they were right in a file. I'll have to go searching through emails to find them. There's no need to resend them because I know I've been sent them once already. And I believe it's the same set that does things like controls the transmitter to transmit some of the CCTV up there and such. So I know I've played with those before. So anyway, well, yeah, when he tossed the question out there, you said you had more, Jimmy had more stuff to do than you had time to do it in. I'm curious to know if it's all the same things that we all have to do. I've had a bunch of stuff stack up, in part because of a estate clean-out I did this past winter, and I really have got to go through some of that before I become the next estate that has to be a 4-month clean-out. In addition to the filing cabinets that I'm donating to the club, I've got some other furniture. So let me just toss out if anybody needs any chairs, padded chairs. They're pretty nice with little rollers on the bottom of them. They're designed to go around like a dining room table. I have a giant computer desk that fits into a corner that is probably just going to have to get sawed up because I don't think Goodwill wants that because it's disassembled furniture. Let's see, as more stuff comes up, if you guys are interested, I'll send you emails. Let me know what your thoughts are, like you do want the emails or no, you really don't want the emails, or you want the emails but not an account that your significant other will ever find out where you got this stuff from. Those are the 3 options. Nothing too exciting. Most of it is furniture and just general large stuff. And believe you me, there doesn't seem to be a big market for furniture, interestingly enough. Even though if you want to go out and buy new furniture, it's still outrageously expensive. Getting rid of old furniture seems to be quite a problem. Well, anyway, so that's my question to the group there. What are you doing for summer vacation? And are you interested in emails telling you about how to accumulate more stuff? This is WW7N. Let me turn it back to Net Control Dave.
WU7N. Let's go over to Bob, K9PQ.
Okay, well, subject of stuff, I love it. So this works equally well for both Dave and James. Dave, you're certainly welcome to bring over the club property, but if you bring anything extra that isn't intended to go up to the club that you want to gift to me, I have the same rule that Lee has, which is if you bring something, you have to take something. For everything you bring that's to stay at my place, you have to take something. And James, that should give you an idea of whether I want the emails or not. Yeah, I've been trying to downsize and clean up, and just get rid of stuff and organize since I moved in here over 5 years ago, and I haven't made a lot of progress. Life has been getting in the way. So, yeah, that's my situation. As far as what I'm going to do this summer, yes, I will definitely be doing a field day with the usual PSRG and Seattle ACS combined effort. I will be doing Gaming in the Woods later, which is board games, camping and board games, and it's always lots of fun with a group of people. I've been doing it for a few years now. And then I want to take about a week to possibly do the Olympics or some other driving vacation with my trailer in the early fall, like September after school has started, but hopefully before the weather has turned. So there you go. There you go. Good topics for tonight, James. Back to you, Dave, K9PQ.
K9PQ. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. I'm the wave repeater. I'm Dave, 87CYM. Let's go on to Jim, 7QO.
And 7QO. Well, Jim, I will opt in on receiving the emails if you care to send anything. It doesn't matter if my wife finds out or not. But I have to forewarn you, I don't, if you want to send me some sort of message, I do not check my email every day. I do not check my email every week. Sometimes I do not check it every month, unless I know that I'm expecting something. Although now that I'm retired, I might have to check it more regularly than I have been. My problem is with work, I've just been not really able to do that. Sometimes I wind up staying places where they charge some truly exorbitant amount for internet access. Usually our company got a deal where we could get it for free, but then there's the issue of other people being able to snoop on what you're doing. So I can't say I've been really excited about doing that. But like I said, now that I'm going to have to change my habits here, I could see. Let's see. What sort of plans do I have for the summer? Basically, my wife has not yet told me. I'm sure she has something in mind, and I'm sure she'll let me know when the time is right, and I'm sure that it's something that I'm going to love. But for right now, I can't say that I know anything. I see the facility camera there. Reset. Yeah, that sure is a good... Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you for doing that, Jim. That, I can actually see myself now. Okay, not real well, mind you, but I'm there anyway. That's interesting that I popped up, at least on the stream. The repeater is not in its constant on mode. This is interesting. The repeater is not in its constant on mode, but I'm seeing myself on the stream. Okay, I'm scratching my head a tiny bit on that. Oh well. So for the summer, don't know for sure what's going on yet. As far as what all stuff I have around here, yeah, it's the normal accumulation that people have, but above and beyond that, when we moved here, moved to the Seattle area, we never really had time to unpack. So I've got all sorts of stuff, which most of which I could probably toss in the recycle bin, but I have to look through all of this stuff. My wife and I both have papers from, oh goodness, maybe even from elementary school. She may have a collection of dolls or something, I don't know. It's not like we have anything that's worth anything to anyone. I've got like a couple of worn out backpacks. I've got a sleeping bag with a hole in it. I've got the usual stuff around here. It's just all stuff that needs to be gone through. And among the boxes of paper, I've got a birth certificate in there somewhere. So it's not like I can just toss this stuff. I need to look at it. But looks like my time's about up now. Back to you, Dave, N7QO.
And actually a little bit on RF, not a lot, but there was some movement in the picture going on there. Hey, let's see, summertime coming here shortly. I'm going to probably be down in Coronado and catching some sunshine on Imperial Beach near the facilities down there I'll be staying at. So anyway, unfortunately, I'm going to miss field day again this year, but the beach sure is nice down there off of Coronado, which is adjacent to San Diego. So that's about pretty much what I'm doing here. Temperature still holding steady at 62 degrees outside. And James, I did see a little herringbone coming in on the picture that you were transmitting, so it was there. The first issue, it wasn't when you had mentioned it at the beginning of the net. So with that, I'm going to send it back to James, WU7N.
Okay. Well, let's see if my signal improves any. I've got the transmitter hard-coded on. I've got a loud buzzing noise I'm hearing. Okay, I'm not sure what that feedback cycle was. I've got too many boxes here I'm having to keep up with. Let me get an ID up. Here's the ID, and here is the camera. Let's see what the picture looks like. Okay, not too bad. Okay, well, what I heard was, Bob, no, you don't want emails. Jim, you do want the emails, and since, Dave, you didn't respond, I'll assume that gives me carte blanche to dump large piles of garbage in your front yard at 1 a.m. in the morning when you're not looking. The thing that, Jim, going through stuff is very difficult. I'm not all that great at it. I have just kind of been forced to start going through some of it, but boy, it is so important. This 4-month clean out I did, one saving grace is, I think on an annual basis, he had somebody actually come in and go through everything that was paper or business related, which for him, he wasn't really on a computer that much, so everything was physical paper files. So that was in pretty good shape, thank goodness. Because don't think for a minute anybody else is going to go through that file to find the missing birth certificate, which you probably really don't want just dumped in the ordinary recycle. The amazing thing about papers today, as I kind of plow through my own, is it is truly astounding how much of it you don't need. And so if you get rid of that sort of noise, then what is important, or what you do definitely want to have around, it becomes smaller and it's easier to find and easier to spot. In particular, old insurance policies of any kind that have no value anymore because you change companies, shred those and then burn the shredding. That can cause so much confusion. It's just amazing how much unintentional sabotage that kind of stuff laying around can do. And it's not necessarily estate management. Just if for some reason someone else has to do something on your behalf for any reason at all. So anyway, that's my 2 bits on it. We'll have to check back in a month and see how much progress each of us have made on the going through stuff and organizing paper projects. Right now the repeater is hard-coded on, and I turned off the transceiver that was using to send the signal because I was getting a rapid buzzing noise out of it when I turned on my own transmitter. So I don't know if anybody has any thoughts on that or not, if that's ever happened to them. So I see we're about halfway through. It's about half past the hour. This is James WU7N.
Timeout.
WU7N, the Gator got you, but it was just at the end of your communications going on there. Well, let's go on to Bob, K9PQ.
I thought I heard someone key up there. I'm watching YouTube there to see if it's going to bring my picture up, and I don't see it at the moment. I did see, James, that you got the closed circuit camera there at the site to come up, so I was hoping maybe you could get me on there, but maybe not. So yeah, papers are one of the bigger things that I've allowed to accumulate that I need to go through. But that's just one aspect. Then there's all the other stuff that when you've got a house with a basement, you always have room for it, but when you move into a place like this, you don't. So there's that as well. And okay, there's my picture. Well, thanks, James. I appreciate that. It's popping in and out a little bit, but and it's at least what I see on YouTube, it's not clear. But that could be a problem with YouTube rather than the repeater. Yeah, I guess that's it for the moment. It was nice to see pictures, Jim, of your plane and your house down there. Now I've got a much better idea in my mind of what I'm when you get on and talk about you're out at your shack, which I'm guessing the shack is in the hangar. I'm not sure, but when you're out there, I can kind of picture it now in my mind. So. Okay, back to you, Dave, K9PQ.
K9PQ, yeah, you had a P5 picture coming in on the RF. The internet it is deteriorated a little bit, but that's the internet doing its thing. Let's see. Let's go on to Jim, N7QO.
I don't know what's going on with the 2-meter repeater there, but you were right about my location and everything there, Bob. And Jim, I concur with Dave. I did see some herringbone on a previous pattern there, about two transmissions earlier. Let's see here. Not sure what's going to happen with the repeater being keyed and not. Let me see if the repeater's still available here. Hang on.
Jim, we hear you just fine. It's not interrupting your signal.
Okay, thank you. Well, from my perspective, I'm not picking up the 1.2 all that well. I don't see myself on the 1.2. It appears to me that it's not constantly keyed right now, because right now I don't see any call sign on the 1.2. But I see myself on the stream. Okay, maybe even a little bit worse than Alfred Hitchcock, but I see something there anyway. Let's see. Bob, you were talking about board games. Oh, that's interesting. I used to do board games when I was a young fellow. I thought that was all pretty interesting. Didn't know there was some sort of club that would do that. I remember you were saying something about doing like caching or something, geocaching, I think you said, but I didn't realize board games were in that too. That sounds interesting. If I were a single fellow, I would certainly be participating in that, but I think my wife would be a little bit bored with that. Let's see. It's probably about time to time out now. Back to you, Dave, N7QO.
N7QO. Well, I am making out a little bit of image of you on the air, so that's a little bit on the positive side this evening. Boy, I don't have much else to yak about tonight. Seeing a little bit of sunset out the window from the shack, so that's a nice orange glow in the horizon. So as summer approaches, that sunset seems to go down later and later every day, so it's nice to see. I think there's still some nice light images outside at this time. So with that, I'll do an ID, KD7ZYM, the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. Is there anybody else that'd like to check in? And we just have sort of an echo link scratch going on and ka-chunking on the 08 repeater. Let's go to WU7N, James. WU7N, KD7ZYM, and this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net.
Connected, WU7N.
Well, I've decided one of my summer projects is certainly going to be to get a little better antenna system going here. Because one thing about echo length, if you time out on it, I guess it somehow punishes you by disconnecting you or something. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. So, and I'm also still continuing to get this strange kind of buzz feedback on the control box. Jim, I did see kind of a ghost outline image of you on 1.2 gigahertz. I could tell there was a signal there, but no facial ID recognition. I would say it's like a 0.5 or maybe a 1 or something. So I could tell that there was a silhouette there in the noise, but I really couldn't identify anything else. I too am having the same problems everyone else that's having with YouTube tonight. I see, like I can toss that up right now, I suppose. There's my image. As you can see, it's kind of frozen right now. I come and I hit a redo it, and it's I don't know if that's even, when I just put up a static image, if that gives it a chance to catch up or not. It looks like it may do that with no moving pixelation. Okay, we got an ID up on the 1.2 gigahertz right now. So, that's interesting. So I don't know if that resets it or not when you give it non-moving pixels to deal with. Any comments that anybody might have on that would be appreciated. So anyway, let's see, what else? Okay, so I have hard-coded the repeater on, Jim, just so you know. I think it's on right now. Now, the way we would know that, I think, is when there's no input signal, the ID would come up. And I can test that right now, turn mine off, and that's interesting. So, let me try this. I would think that the ID would come up if it's hard-coded on. Dave, your comments on that. So anyway, with that, I will turn it back to Dave. This is WU7N, and Dave, I'm going to turn it back to you here if I can gracefully get off the echo link without getting stomped on this time.
WU7N, we got that. Well, let's move on to Bob, T9PQ.
Okay, I am intentionally leaving my color bars on for the moment to see if that's going to make anything clear up on YouTube. it's maybe helping a little bit, but maybe for this transmission I'll just leave it on and see if it clears up even more. Oh, it's jumping back and forth. I don't know what the other screen is. It looks like a computer screen with a file with showing a file system or something. I'm not sure. I'm not clear enough to read, but it keeps popping into the picture. At first I thought it was James's system because it was coming on when he was on, but it's now popped in over mine a couple times, so I'm not sure what's happening there. The gaming in the woods. First of all, geocaching, I don't no, that's not something you probably would have heard me talking about. Maybe you heard something wrong, or you're mixing me up with someone else, Jim. I did try it a little bit years ago when GPS was still kind of new, and I got myself a very, by today's standards, very crude GPS, but it was sort of a middling GPS in its day, and I tried it a little bit, but some people are perfectly happy doing it on their own. For me, it was something I think I would have liked doing with people, but not so much myself. I did it with nieces and nephews a little bit when I was visiting family, and that was kind of a fun thing to do because it was an area, away from where I live, and it was something that they enjoyed too at their age when they were much younger. And but yeah, I haven't done that in many years. But the gaming in the woods, this sort of grew out of some various different games that I've played, and I've even gone to conventions. It's going to sound very geeky, but I've gone to some game conventions, and where I want to be clear, these are not the conventions where people dress up in costumes, but it's where you go and there are different games to play, and there's been a real resurgence of board games, mostly coming out of Europe, so there were a lot of games I'd never heard of, and some really good ones, and I still enjoy going to those things and trying different games that I haven't played before. But I met people through there, and they had started doing this just short. Let me break to make sure I don't time out. They had been gaming together for years. They were about my age, roughly, some a little younger, and they started this gaming in the woods, and they invited me to join them, and so it's not even a club really, it's just a group of people that had been gaming together, and there's a group campsite up north. They're all up in the Bellingham, between Bellingham and Mount Vernon area, and there's a group campsite up that way, and once a year we get the group campsite for a long weekend, and we everybody's got their own camping areas, and then we bring up pop-up shelters and put tables in the shelters with chairs and play board games, and it's great fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a really good group of people, which is what makes it really, but also a lot of fun board games. So there you go. That's that story. Back to you, Dave, K9PQ.
K9PQ, KD7ZYM here. Let's go to N7QO. Jim.
N7QO. Well, thank you for that, Bob. That's really interesting. I'm intrigued at what all board games everyone plays, but sounds like it's not a regular thing. Sounds like it's done on an annual basis, or perhaps on an annual plus occasional basis. But it does sound like a lot of fun. Most noteworthy is you're talking about board games as opposed to gaming on computers, and everyone's sitting together there. That definitely has a different feel to it. That's good. Let's just bits of dust here. I'll have to try to reset it so I can see what's going on there. I forgot what else I was going to mention. Maybe next go around. 87ZYM and 7QO.
87QO, 87ZYM. Yeah, I was able to see a little bit of your image coming across. Anyway, it's sort of breaking the background. When the repeater's on hard, that certainly seems to make a difference in seeing signals out there. Well, I haven't got anything else to add. I'm kind of like high-tongued out. So give it back to James, WW7N.
K7HYB.
K7HYB. Hang on there, Gary. You'll come on after James. WU7N's got the airways now.
Thank you, WU7N. And Gary, I do have the transmitter hard-coded on tonight, so after I'm down, toss up a signal and let's see what it looks like. I'm controlling so many boxes here, I'm having a hard time with them all, so there's an ID. And Gary, you're a little late coming. We're just commenting it was a good meeting. Thank you very much for coming and contributing. And just so you know, Lee sent me the information that I need to get the trustee thing moved over, so hopefully that will be done no later than Monday, and I say Monday because sometimes the FCC shuts down their site for weekend maintenance. I've run into that problem before, so hopefully that won't be a problem on Monday morning. So anyway, just to let you know, I got that stuff. So since we're getting short on time here, why don't I turn it back to Dave, who can give you a chance here. Here's my ID. This is WU7N. Back to the net control.
Dave, are you there still?
Yeah, I'm still here. Did my signal cut out?
Well, it was when James signed it back to you, it sounded like it took a long time for his for the Echolink to go away, and maybe you were talking at the same time as that and got washed out. We didn't hear you after he signed back to you.
Oh, okay. Well, I had mentioned welcome, Gary, K7HYB. K7HYB, you've got the mic.
Good evening, all. Kilowatt Third Hotel Yankee Bravo on the road. Headed south on State Route 9. Just about to the hill here at the road that goes off to Marysville, 524. On my way back from my duties at Arlington at the Performing Arts Center. So I am in and out, no video tonight. And I want to say I had a good time at the meeting today. We thrashed over and tore apart a couple of ideas and problems or whatever. So hopefully we brought some things to the forefront that we can continue to work on. Anyway, let me drop it here. And so I don't really have too much. I just thought I'd check in and say good evening to all of you. And tell you that I'm just motoring along. I'm not exactly in a position to be transmitting video tonight. So anyway, back to you, Dave. Good evening, everybody, and I'm glad we got
all that paperwork sent over, get the trustee transferred. That'll go a long ways toward getting things straightened out, I think, for the club. So, K7ZYM and the group. This is K7HYB, and I'll be listening. K7HYB, thanks for joining the group. Let's go to Bob, K9PQ.
Okay, I'm going to switch back to my picture. I forgot to mention I was watching the, and let me try reloading YouTube because it's telling me I have an error. Try again later. So when, there, it looks like it's there. It hasn't switched back to my picture yet, but it should. Whoops, no, my mistake. I switched all the way through every setting, went right back to the bars again. So it's very quick to respond, but it's showing it very sort of digital blocky. And what I meant to say was the last transmission, when I left it on the bars the entire time, it really did clear up. By the end, it was so clear I could easily read the text at the bottom. And now, in fact, mine has cleared up too. It's cleared up nicely. I can read the text, the small text that I'm actually transmitting at the bottom, and my face looks clearer. I'll actually try and look into the camera here. So if I don't move too much too quickly, it seems like it handles it fine. Let's see, Gary, good to hear you. And yeah, I think the next campaign after Don't Text and Drive is Don't Transmit Video and Drive. It can wait. So that's my humor for the evening, such as it is. Okay, back to you, Dave, K9PQ.
Yeah. K9PQ, thanks for that, Bob. Let's go on to Jim, N7QO.
Thank you, Dave, N7QO. Well, Gary, good to hear from you. Hope you enjoyed the dancing girls there. Yeah, it's a little bit strange tonight. I see myself on the stream, but I don't see myself at all now on the 1.2. I did a little bit earlier, but now it seems to be gone for some reason. Don't know exactly what to make of that. Maybe I've got a new problem that just developed, because it was working a little better earlier than it is now. But anyway, let's see, what all did we discuss that you missed? Jim was wondering if anyone would be interested in information about items which he has to dispose of, and if you have room for anything or want anything, let Jim know, and he'll include you on an email list for that. He can inform you on the next go-around if you're interested in that. Otherwise, yeah, good meeting, good get-together. Wish we could do that all the time. Things have been hectic the last several months, I think, for all of us. And even today, a couple guys were busy doing other things. And with the summer, I know the honey-do list is going to get longer as well. But we'll just press on. Back to you, Dave, and 7QO.
N7QO, this is KD7ZYM. Yeah, your picture did show up on streaming, and it was on RF on 1.2, about the same P1 quality, but it was there, so it didn't go away. And let's see, I really haven't got anything else to add, so I'm going to fit it back up here to WU7N. James.
Okay, thank you, Dave. I'll start the echo link here. Toss up a video image with an identifier. And for something completely different here. here. Let's look at the repeater side for the last bit here, because I think this is going to be my 73 round here, since it is 8:54. And, that's not an ideal picture I'm seeing on 1.2. Maybe it's just the adjustment of my 1.2 gig receiver here. But anyway, good net tonight. Appreciate everybody turning out for it. I wish everybody the best of luck with their summer projects, getting organized, and I hope that the weather holds up for you. I'll get the emails as things come up. I'll get them out to people, at least to Jim, I think, says he wanted to see those. Nothing too spectacular, Gary, but I'll send one out to you, and since I didn't hear from you one way or another. The first item I think is going Monday is probably 4 dining room chairs. They're pretty nice, but I just don't need them. So anyway, that's it for me. This is James, WU7N, turning it back to you, Dave.
WU7N, well, let's go to Bob, G9TQ.
Okay, well, thank you, James, for doing the switching duty tonight. I really appreciate it. And, I think I'll just say my 73s as well for the night. And good to hear everyone on. It was good to see everyone today at the meeting. And Jim, you did crack me up when you told Gary, I hope you enjoy the dancing girls tonight. Somebody that didn't know better could take that the wrong way. So, okay, with that, I'm going to say 73, everybody. This is K9PQ. See you next time.
Okay, Bob, well, let's go to Jim, N7QO.
N7QO. Yeah, thanks, Bob. Guess I should think a little more carefully before I engage the mouse here. But I'm sure that Gary had a good time, and I'm sure the daughter did good. And anyway, he's on his way home, and just barely after dark here. Drive carefully, Gary, and I guess I'll make this a 73 round as well. Thank you all for participating. Hope to catch you all Wednesday night. Good night, all. Back to you, Dave, N7QO.
N7QO, this is KD7CYM. And is there anything from anyone before we button up the net this evening?
I'll make sure the repeater shut down tonight, WU7N.
See that? And we'd like to thank the owners and operators of the 08 machine, the CTAC Repeater Group, for allowing us to use their repeater for our voice channel for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society, and that's held on Wednesdays and Saturdays between 8 and 9 o'clock. So with that, I'll be signing off on behalf of the Washington Amateur Television Society. I'm Dave, 87CYM. Good evening, all. It's 8:58.
If there's a station calling for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society or any other purpose, I'm getting squelch breaks, but I'm not hearing any audio.
that earlier tonight as well, from time to time. Not all the time, but every so often, so I'm not sure where it's coming from. K9PQ.
WU7N, 87CYM. I'm still seeing a video coming up on RF on the inside of the repeater shag. And it has left the screen. This is K87CYM clear.
Okay, Dave, I think everything's turned off, and best of luck to the individual trying to get in on 147.080, still hearing scrub break, no audio. Good luck to you, sir. WU7M, clear for the evening. WU7N testing.
WU7N disconnected.